Hi guys, a quick one for today also. Just as I looked at a quick one the last time we met on this platform, where we look at send off and send forth. A quick one today also. Look at the whiteboard. Correct me if I am wrong. I stand corrected. Correct me if I am wrong. I stand corrected. I want to highlight some sentences on the whiteboard. The sentences will be used to unravel when you can use correct me if I am wrong and when you can use I stand corrected. Sentence 1. I stand corrected. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. B. Correct me if I am wrong. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. So, looking at these two items, to use correct me if I am wrong, you use correct me if I am wrong in a situation whereby that particular entity, that particular thing you are talking about is not entirely true. Is not what? Entirely true. That is when you use correct me if I am wrong. You use I stand corrected if what you're talking about is totally wrong. Is what? Totally wrong. Therefore, correct me if I am wrong is used in a situation whereby what you're talking about, you are not entirely sure whether it is true or not. That is when you use correct me if I am wrong. You use I stand corrected when what you're talking about is entirely wrong. Do you get the difference between the two? Beautiful. I know you do that. So, by looking at this expression on the whiteboard, I stand corrected. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. Correct me if I am wrong. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. Parliamentary system of government is just an entity in a democratic or in a democracy or in a democratic state, a democratic situation, a democratic entity. Let me put it that way. A democratic entity where democracy is being used. So, and I said correct me if I'm wrong is a situation whereby what you're talking about is not entirely true. You are not sure whether that thing you're talking about is true or not. That is when you can use correct me if I am wrong. I stand corrected is a situation whereby I stand corrected can be used in a situation where what you're talking about is entirely false. It is not true. So I stand corrected. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. This is a non-standard expression. Correct me if I am wrong. I'm not sure whether I am for real, whether what I'm talking about is true. Nigeria is a parliamentary state. This is the standard expression. This here is a non-standard expression due to the explanation that I gave for correct me if I am wrong, and the second one, I stand corrected. So now you should be able to use I stand corrected and correct me if I am wrong. This in a situation whereby what you're talking about is not entirely true. You don't know whether it is true or it is not. That is the only time you can use correct me if I am wrong. You use I stand corrected if what you're talking about is entirely not true, is entirely false. So that is for this. Let's look at one other expression with reference to I stand corrected and correct me if I am wrong. So the second expression is this: thanks for the information, correct me if I am wrong. Thanks for the information, I stand corrected. I've already explained a situation where we can use this and where you can use this. So by the virtue of you looking at this expression, which one is standard, which is not standard? This okay. This expression here is the non-standard variant, while this is the standard variant. Thanks for the information, correct me if I am wrong. I have already mentioned instances where you can use this and when you can use this. So in this context now, I stand corrected is the standard form, not correct me if I am wrong. So at this point, you should be able to use correct me if I am wrong and I stand corrected efficiently. These rules, a person asked me that why is English language your problem? And many a time you see some acclaimed students, they are fond of using this word school na scam. There are situations whereby a particular person will text you and you reply with voice notes. It is because you cannot speak good English. So if you are proficient with the use of English language, you should be able to reply that person with a text and not voice notes. That's why you see many a person, they intend to write happy birthday and you see them writing happy womb escape. All of these are as a result of them lacking proficiency in the use of the language. So I will expect each and every one of you to make this language, see this language as a part and parcel of your life, because this language is the language of upward mobility. It is the language of education. It is the language of government. It is the language of trade and commerce. It is the language of everything in this country. As such, adequate attention should be given to that language. Do not forget to like, subscribe, as well as share this content with every lovers of language. Thank you and God bless. Do have a lovely day ahead.